For hundreds of years, Berlin's economy was built by its bare hands. Until the mid-40s, when that industry was left derelict. But we're not going to talk about that now. Berlin was in need of serious revival. But who loves open spaces, brick walls, and big windows better than anybody? Startups! With this city hitting the headlines so frequently in the startup community, we're here to test out that Berlin buzz. All right, 3 words to describe the uniqueness of Berlin.
Tolerance, parties, international, exciting people.
Diversity, speed, startups.
Creativity, openness, and forgive and forget in the way of not really paying too much attention if something doesn't work out and always looking for something new.
Hello, Daria.
Hi.
Tell us where we are.
We're in the center of Berlin, the Silicon Alley, the Silicon Valley version in Berlin.
Berlin buzz, what does that mean to you?
I think it's the fact that when running a startup, you have people from all around the world applying to your startup as inbound leads and wanting to move immediately. It seems to be so attractive. There is people from Silicon Valley literally applying at like open positions at bunch, and that's mind-blowing.
I went to the Startup Guide shop to learn more. Turns out, investments in Berlin-based startups grew by almost 3 times in the last year, but it hasn't always been like this.
Beta House is one of the first co-working spaces in Europe. Hey, Madeleine.
Hey,
Congrats.
welcome. Exactly 10 years ago, we were sitting in a co-working or a cafe. Me, I have to say, didn't know anything about co-working back then. We were just a bunch of students and we wanted to have a flexible workspace. When we started, for example, the first startup pitches, I really had to convince people to come and look, and because they were like, what, business plan of somebody else? That's not interesting. I was like, wow, that's super inspiring if a person stands there with their vision and ideas and pitches to you.
We keep hearing about post-Brexit Britain. There are a lot of Americans moving here. You know, is this...
Absolutely post-Trump. I mean, I remember 5 years ago we were like begging American investors to come and join us for our events, and it was difficult to get them here. Now they just ran, like they just call us, can I come over?
Berliners are known to be dog lovers, but that's not the only reason we came. I want to know how easy it is for a foreigner to live and work here.
It's one of the best places I've ever lived. It's kind of a wild city. The startup scene is incredible. There's so much to do. And as an American, it's awesome because you have access to the rest of Europe.
And what kind of skill sets are desired right now? What is sort of the thing that Berlin is starving after?
Well, I guess Berlin has always been a creative city, and that hasn't changed. So if you're bringing in design skills, or you're a writer or a photographer, there's tons of opportunities anywhere you go.
Let's meet a startup that epitomizes Berlin's creative scene. Deskish. Hey, Lenny.
Hey, Matt.
Mate, tell me about Deskish.
So Deskish is the world's most advanced GIF creator. Basically, you just go to the browser, throw in a few things, animate them, and you're done.
Can you make one for the unicorn?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Cheers.
Even the traditional automobile industry are getting into the mix. We tried BMW's new car-sharing app, Drive Now.
Das ist so geil.
But with all this activity, how is the city put together?
I think this roof best describes it. I mean, you have Mercedes there, you have Zalando, our biggest startup success story here. Then there's Coca-Cola here, and then there's basically like this hip, cool area where all startups are based. And the thing is that, which is crazy, that we see a wall right now, because there's no wall at all in Berlin. You can do whatever you want, you can be whoever you want. That's the fun part about the city.
There is this attraction about Berlin to not only be able to come, but also to be welcome to create. And I think Berlin has this unique character to it, that it doesn't really care, like you can do whatever, and that offers you this like very free playgroundish feeling to it.
It seems we can learn something from the Berlin startup mindset. Failure's okay. So, is Berlin buzzing? Yes, Berlin really is buzzing. But Berlin is buzzing regardless, danke, of whether there's a startup ecosystem or anything. It is in fact down to the fact that Berlin is a cool city that Berlin is doing so well in the startup world. Is Berlin the new Silicon Valley of Europe? Could well be. Danke. See you in the next city. Okay, I like it.
Whoa!
That's a wrap, everyone.